When I was a little boy, and my dad would wake me up in the morning, he would say, "Son, today is the first day of the rest of your life." He was trying to teach me to look forward. And so today, as we look forward towards the future, my heart is full of hope because of you, the people of New Orleans.
Louis Armstrong was right. It is a wonderful world, and New Orleans has and always will be a wonderful city. We've had 300 years of great, including the last 8, and thanks to all of you, New Orleans is on the right course.
And many years from now, when we pass her the baton, we will know that we ran our leg of the race, and we did everything that we could do so that she begins not behind, but by ahead of the pack, with a real shot at winning.
To everyone who has served over the last 8 years, to everyone who has partnered with us, or who just loves this city, we want you to know, because you have had the will, New Orleans will always find a way. For working, caring, striving, fighting, keeping it real, and for always being true to this city, we thank you. To a great night and 300 more amazing years.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Kendall Washington, a graduate of the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses Program.
Thank you. Good evening, New Orleans. I'm Kendall Washington, owner of Safe Spot Pest Control. If you're a NOLA native, you may have seen our trucks around town. They're hard to miss with our bright yellow paint and the bold "We Be Buggin' slogan on the side. I am a proud graduate of the very first class of the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses Program from Delgado Community College in New Orleans. This evening, I am honored to represent the 10,000 Small Businesses community, a network of over 650 small business owners in NOLA and over 6,700 nationwide. Since graduating from the program, Safe Spot Pest Control has grown from serving a 50-mile radius of NOLA with about 2,000 contracts to a 150-mile radius with over 4,500 customers. This growth is thanks to everything that I have learned through 10,000 Small Businesses and the relationships that were formed during my time in the program. The connections that I've made with each of my classmates have snowballed into a lasting network that I still turn to today. Just in the past month, I helped classmate Larry McCorkle with steel reinforcement treat soil for one of his jobs, and I treated Jason Horn's excess martial arts business too. And it's reciprocal because we regularly refer clients to Jason's studio and summer program, and we also refer a bunch of clients to Simone Rooney, who owns Demo Diva. This program and this network isn't just about business though. While in the program, I experienced a traumatic life event. I lost my little sister to violence in New Orleans. Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses and my entire class rallied around me to help. 10,000 Small Businesses is more than a business network for me. They're family. Our instructors aren't just sharing knowledge, they care about us, our stories, and our successes. And the credibility of this program is known all across New Orleans. Our community recognizes that we as 10,000 Small Businesses participants are doing what it takes to grow and get stronger, which is good for all of us. Together, we're creating opportunity and strengthening our economy. I am so grateful for this program, and none of this would be possible if it wasn't for the gentleman I have the honor of introducing tonight. Mayor Mitch Landrieu has been a champion of Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses since day one. And he is the reason why I had the opportunity to be a part of the program here in New Orleans. He is a courageous and principled person who has done so much for this city as mayor. I'm always amazed when I talk to fellow business owners how many of us have personal relationships with Mayor Landrieu. And it's because he genuinely cares about us, our success, and the success of this great city. It's very possible that you first heard about 10,000 small businesses from him, because he's always talking about it and its success. Please join me in welcoming a champion for small businesses and for New Orleans, Mayor Mitch Landry.
All right, everybody, how we doing? Thank you, Kendall. All right, this is a big night. Today is the first day of the rest of our lives. That's right, 2,920 days ago, I was sworn in to do the job that I've always wanted to do, which was to be the mayor of this great city. And I have enjoyed every minute of it. And I want to thank all of you for giving me the blessed opportunity to do so. My wife Cheryl, the First Lady, and I have, give her a round of applause. And together, all of us that are gathered here in this historic building, a building that people left for dead after Katrina, a building that we renovated as a symbol of our resurrection and redemption, one of the nicest physical theaters in the United States of America, the Sanger. It is gorgeous. We began together to rebuild a broken city, but we never bowed down. When people thought that we shouldn't come back, when people left us for dead, when people said there was no way, not no how, they were going to come back. 8 years later, and then 13 years after Katrina, we have rebuilt schools, we've rebuilt recreation centers, we rebuilt libraries, we have rebuilt buildings throughout the city, we are building a brand new airport, we're building a new riverfront, and as Luther said, that would be Vandross. Right, Katrina? A house is not a home. You can build all kinds of structures, but if you don't invest in people, then it doesn't matter. And so as we began planning for our 300th anniversary, which is coming up, you all do know that we're older than the rest of the country. We are first. This is where you would say if you were from Broadmoor, can you feel me? We began thinking about our 300th anniversary and preparing not only for rebuilding the city that we were, but rebuilding the city that we always wanted to be if we would have gotten it right the first time. And we together, all of us here, have become this nation's most immediate laboratory for innovation and change. People across America are now coming to see us, to ask us, how in the world can we do what you did? How can the soul of the United States of America live and breathe in the culture and the people? And the way it does that is because each and every one of us has reached out to each other. We have lifted each other up. When that water was high and we were all in it, a rising tide didn't lift all boats. Nobody cared about where you were from or who your mama was. Everybody just got in the boat and we helped each other out. Uptown, downtown, Gertown, back of town. You understand what I'm saying? And so here we are, getting ready to celebrate our 300th anniversary. And at the end of this week, we will have people from all over the world that are going to come to celebrate with us. But we're back, and we're back in a big way. But tonight, this special night, I did not want to start this week off by celebrating our birthday with the rest of the world without telling each and every one of you here tonight, the people who were the employees of the city, the people who when you could have run and you could have hid, you stayed and you stuck. The men and women that work in the New Orleans Police Department. We've had 17 recruit classes, over 400 police recruits. They're here tonight. Give them a big round of applause. We couldn't have done it without the people of New Orleans rebuilding New Orleans. That's why we created the STRIVE program. Over 300 graduates in the STRIVE program. Give yourselves a round of applause. Small business owners stepping up to the plate. Goldman Sachs, thank you for sponsoring tonight. We're our 10,000 small business leaders who are with us tonight. All of the public employees who are in the back of the house side that never get any applause. Clean up after the parades, not riding in the parade. Sanitation workers that are out there every day, when it's cold and when it's hot. The public employees who have helped the city run the entire time. This this night is especially for all of you. So let me welcome you all here tonight. Thank you to all of our partners in the faith-based community and the cultural community, because let me tell you something, y'all, our diversity is our strength. And I have said this many times, we can't go forward at all unless we go forward together. So let's start. Y'all have a great night, and happy birthday to all.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome New Orleanian, Noka, and Berkeley School of Music graduate and our band leader tonight, Mr. Chris Royal and the Chris Royal Ensemble.